Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It's an honour to rise today to introduce to you and through you to all members of this Assembly one of the bravest constituents in Edmonton Castle Downs, Austin Post. I had the privilege of being at his birth and the privilege to introduce him to you today. Austin is only 11 years old, but recently underwent a heart transplant. During the process, and while waiting for a donor heart, Austin displayed an unbelievable amount of bravery and positivity throughout such a difficult time. Austin is joined here today by his parents, Christine, one of my dearest friends for over 20 years, his father, Ian Post, his sisters, Ashley Reisinger and Malaya Post. Throughout this whole process, the family was constantly a source of strength, love, and support for each other during such an uncertain time. I'd ask them to stand and receive the traditional warm welcome of this Assembly. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The week of April 17th to 23rd is the National Organ and Tissue Donation Awareness Week in Canada. It is my privilege to rise and speak about this important issue today. I'd like to share with you Austin's story, who I have had the opportunity to introduce earlier. Austin is a brilliant 11-year-old boy full of life like most other kids his age. But one major difference is that the heart that beats inside Austin is not the one that he was born with. Austin was 8 years old when he suddenly fell ill and was diagnosed with end-stage congenital heart failure from an unknown cause. This required further medical assessment, and he had to be placed on the transplant list. Thanks to the generosity of a grieving family and the expertise of the transplant team at the Stollery Children's Hospital, Austin is alive today. Austin says that he loves life and that so many of his days are what he calls his best days ever. Mr. Speaker, while heart transplantation is not a cure, it is definitely a life-saving treatment. We have seen people with successful transplants enjoy a high quality of life for over 30 years. In Alberta, the list of people waiting to receive a transplant is growing. Although the number of donors has increased since 2012, we still need more. In 2014, we had 13.6 deceased donors per million population compared to 9.9 in 2012. People are 6 times more likely to need a transplant than to become a donor. And Mr. Speaker, only 1% to 2% of people die in a way that would make them a potential organ donor. Tissue donation is equally important as organ donation. For example, donated corneas can restore sight and heart valves are life-saving. About 2,500 Albertans register every week to become organ and tissue donors. Just one organ and tissue donor can save up to 8 lives and make life better for up to 75 other people. Today, let's take a pledge to spread awareness to ensure that everyone who needs a transplant has the opportunity to receive one. Thank you.